Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hello. How y'all doing? I'm late, I know. But I'm here. Nevertheless, I am here. Okay. Why do you don't want to work? What's up, y'all? You know what to do. Double click in, double tap in, whatever you want to call it. And let's get to studying. Because we is all tired. Hello, hello. Doop, doop, doop. Let me know where you are in your program. RN, LPN, Accelerated, BSN, Bridge. If you're not a nurse, if you are pharmacy, pre-med, dental, optometry, whoever you are in a healthcare program. Let us do some dosage calculations. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Oh, hey, hey. What's going on? Lon Bond. Hey, hello, hello. Let's see if that worked. Hey, I'm Nurse C, a Blessed RN, and this is Work It Out Wednesday. We're a little bit behind schedule, but we're here. I think I need to do a series called Life in the NEMT business. Because, child. Oh my God. How y'all doing? Hey, Kazoo. What's up? What's up? What is up? Oh, y'all say I'll never do any intake output questions. Here you go. Let's start. Let's get started. We start off a little slow, then we get faster. I came on earlier today to see what kind of problems, and nobody told me anything. So I was like, okay, well, we'll just wing it tonight then. I'm Nursey, Blessed RN, and this is Work It Out Wednesday. We do dosage calculations, mainly dimensional analysis. We do ratio and proportion to, we do desire over half, yeah. But I mainly push dimensional for those who are starting nursing school or in your programs, and you come to a bump in the road where the formulas don't work, they don't make any sense, you don't know where to start. Okay, so y'all double tap in. Let me know what program you're in: RN, LPN, BSN, Accelerated, Bridge. If you're not in nursing school, you're still welcome to be here as well. Let me know what you got going on. I've got some announcements coming up. So first and foremost, because I said do, I always do that. I provide private tutoring, but sometimes schedules don't align. So I have courses, many courses, longer courses, all of them coming up. So be on the lookout for it. So the first one that I've launched on my website is this IV drip course. Yes, and it has video breakdown. It has quizzes, and it has practice questions, all for 35 bucks. And you do it at your own pace. So, if you are struggling with that, that is available on my website. I've got more practice questions and quizzes. Also, that'll be free on my website if you go into the resource tab. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of this. Oh, so there, that is where you can find your conversion sheets. You can find your step-by-step guide to the puzzle piece method on how to do different steps that I go over tonight for different problems and practice questions. And all of those are free. free, like Nurse Kevin says, right? I'm on YouTube, so this is streaming now. So if you want to go back and view the session that we do tonight, then it will be available for replay as soon as we get done studying tonight. Okay, so we got weight. You stuck on weight-based problems? Okay, those are my favorite. I love to do that. Hey, Professor TK, the chemist. If you're in school or in your prereqs and you have an issue with chemistry, Professor TK, the chemist, she's the one that, yeah, she breaks it all the way down, okay? So we got some LPNs, LPN, BSN, cool. So y'all know I was an LPN 10 years before I was an RN, so you are very welcome here, and it does apply to you too. So stick around, all right? So we'll start because I came on late. I just got in the house like maybe 10 minutes ago. For those who don't know, I am a business owner. I have a non-emergency medical transport business, and we take people in wheelchairs who walk with cane crutches and walkers to doctor's appointments, dialysis. We've been helping folks move from one building to different hotels. Like, it's just been wild. So nevertheless, we are here. All right, a patient on hemodialysis is ordered a fluid restriction of 1,000 milliliters a day and must maintain careful intake and output. For breakfast, he had a cup of coffee. For lunch, he drank 6 ounces of lemonade and he ate 1 cup of soup. Can you eat soup? Do you sip soup? Anywho, focus. So for supper, he drank 1 cup of coffee. He took his morning and evening pills with 4 ounces of water each time. Has he stayed within his 1,000 milliliter fluid restriction? Okay, so who will be on a fluid restriction? What type of patient would you see that is on a fluid restriction? Please review every TID every 8 hours and how you know when to break this down. Ooh, okay, Kazoo. I think I can do that. I think I can do that. Who will be on a fluid restriction? What kind of patient do you think would need to CHF dialysis? Yes. Okay, so we need to see how many milliliters has he consumed in the day. So with these type of problems, these are intake and output, right? This is similar to your intakes and your output. You have to convert everything to milliliters and then add them up. Okay, so we will add all of this up and see has he stayed within 1,000 mLs. All right, so the basis of everything that we're going to do tonight is focused on your conversions. If you don't know your metric conversions or a little shaky, that's going to be the biggest thing, because once you have your conversions down and you're comfortable with saying 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams, 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms, 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters, 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. You see how I just rattle it off? I know it. So that's what makes it easier. That is part of the battle. The second part of the battle is knowing how to set up the conversions. So for the most part, I will be using dimensional analysis. All right, Crystal, I see you talking about that heart patient. Exactly. We don't want to get them too much fluid because they already got enough fluid that's not being pumped effectively, right? So for the first part, he had 1 cup of coffee for breakfast. So we need to know how many milliliters is 1 cup, right? So do you know how many milliliters is in a cup? Does anybody know? If you know, put it in the chat. 240. You were ready. Right? So we know that 1 cup is 240 mLs. Okay, so that was his coffee, so we already knew that. All right, so then for lunch, my gum is stuck in my gums. So for lunch, he drank 6 ounces of lemonade. So we need to go from 6 ounces to milliliters, right? Does anybody know how many milliliters are in an ounce? If you have trouble with remembering your teaspoons, tablespoons, and ounces, I have a nifty little video that is on the top of my page, and it's pinned there. It's to the tune of OJ the Juice Man and Gucci Man. I was young then, don't judge me. And it helps you remember that teaspoon, tablespoon, ounce, 5 ml, 15 ml, 30 ml. Okay, so 1 ounce is going to be 30 milliliters. So I need to see what this is asking me to find. It's asking me to find milliliters, right? That's my goal. Goal is ml. So I know that I have 6 ounces. That's my puzzle piece. So when I say puzzle piece, those are the information, the pieces of information in the problem or the scenario that you're going to use to solve the problem. That and your conversions. Okay. So that's a puzzle piece. And then we know that 1 ounce equals 30 mLs. So to set up all of my problems going forward, I'm going to always start with what it is that I'm looking for. Okay. So if you have a problem, if it's your issue with knowing how to set up your dimensional analysis, put a 1 in the chat because I'm about to tell you how you can solve all of your problems. Okay. Whatever the goal is, that is our picture on the puzzle box. Okay. That is what we're looking for. That's what we're trying to get all of our equations to line up and equal. All of your units will cross out except for what it is that we are looking for. Okay. So if we're looking for milliliters, I always start with what I'm looking for. If you start with what you're looking for, you ain't got to go and find it. Yeah, I'm from Alabama. I'm a little southern, okay? But yes. So I'll take this piece right here. So I call them puzzle pieces because we're no longer doing math. We're solving puzzles, okay? So this will be 30 milliliters is 1 ounce. The way this works is you keep relations together. Things that equal each other or are relatable to each other stay together. Things that are single stay single and they go over 1 because anything divided by 1 is going to be itself. Okay. All right. So now we've got ounces at the bottom. We've got milliliter at the top. So this is what we're looking for. So everything else in your equation has to cross out or be canceled out. And you do this by putting the same unit on the top number of lines as the bottom and they cancel. So if we have ounces on the bottom, that means I need ounces at the top. Okay. So here is our other puzzle piece. 6 ounces. All right. And remember, it's by itself. So I'm going to put it over 1. So now you see my ounces crossed out and I'm left with only what I'm looking for. So 180 is our amount. Okay. So I'm going to put it over here because we're going to add all of our milliliters together. Okay. So that is the name of the game. Also, if you just have cups or ounces to get that are listed, you can add all of those up and just do one conversion, but we need the practice. So I'm going to show you the long way. Okay. And oh, you passed, girl. Congratulations. Hey, big up, big up. Okay. So we did, what was that? Lemonade. And then it said he ate a cup of soup. So we already established that 1 cup is 240 milliliters. So we did what? The coffee and we did the lemonade and we did the soup. Okay. Then for supper, he drank another cup of coffee. So that's another 240 mLs, right? Boom. Then it says he took his morning and evening pills with 4 ounces of water each time. So that was 2 times that he took 4 ounces. So that's 8 ounces, right? Yes. So 8 ounces equals how many ml? So we just did one with ounces. We said that 1 ounce is 30 milliliters, right? So we got 8 ounces as a puzzle piece, and we know that 1 ounce is 30 ml. Okay. Start with what you're looking for. I'm looking for milliliters, right? So 30 mLs is 1 ounce times 8 ounces because we want our ounces to cross out and we're left with milliliters. So, excuse me, that is going to be another 240 mLs. Okay, so that took that takes care of everything. So now we can add it all together, right? My question is when you know when to multiply and when to divide. Okay, I got you. This one's like just a little intro kind of conversion type of thing, and we'll get into some heavier stuff quick tonight. Usually we do a whole bunch of conversions before, and metric and all that. But yeah, I'm late, and I'm tired. I'm so tired, y'all. But it must go on. So 180, 240 plus 240 and another 240. So I got 1,140 milliliters. Is that what y'all got? You're the GOAT. Your video and OJ the Juice Man plays in my head when I take my math quizzes. Thank you so much. I'm glad that they're in there. Yay, it works, right? The 8 ounces? Okay, so look. Let me see. Let me get a highlighter. Do they got pink? Can I make it pink? I think that pink is cute. Y'all know pink is my color. Hey, they do have pink. And it's the little light pink. Okay, so you see where it says, hold on, let me erase. Erase. All right. So you see where he said he took his morning and his evening pills with 4 ounces of water each time. So in the morning he had 4 ounces, and then in the evening he also had 4 ounces. So 4 + 4 is 8. So that's where we got the 8 mLs. Does that make sense? Okay. So hey, Miss Black Queen, how you doing? Okay, you got it. I've been telling all my classmates. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's the greatest support is word of mouth, sharing, liking the lives, subscribing. I appreciate it so greatly. Thank you so much. Sincerely. Thank you. All right. So, this is how much he consumed. So, did he stay in his fluid restriction, or is his nephrologist or cardiologist going to be a tad bit mad? He went over, right? He went over by 140 milliliters. Not too bad. Almost made it, but he still went over his fluid restriction. He gonna be mad. So, does everybody get how to do these? So, with their problems like this, a lot of people are intimidated because there's a lot of words and it's stuff in it. You just have to read. You can read, write, and arithmetic, because you wouldn't have gotten this far to be in a nursing program without knowing how to read, write, and arithmetic. Okay, so it's just simply adding all of your milliliters together. Okay, after you convert. So you must know your conversions. Yeah. He is going to be mad. He went over. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Crystal. Come on. I've been gone for a minute. Hey, Cody. Cody. What's up? Yeah, so I've been working on some things. I figured out how to put quizzes on my website. So that's coming, and then the course for the IV drip. So it's telling you how to do weight-based drips, drops per minute and milliliter per hour with video instruction, quizzes, and the step-by-step guide plus practice questions. So if that's what you need, then it's there. You passed and you didn't kill your patient with heparin. Yay! I graduated LPN, but I can't pass my NCLEX. You need to holler at Nurse Kevin, the boot nurse. Him and Nurse Glamber, they come on. He was on earlier tonight, and they were going. They have I think a study session coming up soon, but that's who you need. You need Nurse Kevin. He is all things in class, because he failed it 3 times, and then he passed on the 4th time, and now he be helping people pass left and right. So yes, definitely follow him. The boot nurse, Nurse Kevin. If you type it in, that'll pop up. Okay. All right. Sorry, just popped up, and I'm not on TikTok much. I am on YouTube. So we are on YouTube right now, and I am streaming. So once you get done studying with me tonight, if you want to revisit some of the questions that I've done, then you can go on there, and it will be there for your viewing pleasure. So yeah, like, subscribe, share, follow, all of that. Thank you. You said yay. Exactly. And then there are previous replays that are on there, and then there are problems that are already worked out, like individual problems, just in case you don't want to watch the whole hour long or however long I'm on replay. So yeah, and if you don't like dimensional, there is a desired over half / formula list and ratio and proportion. Okay. All right, so let's see. Let's look at some of the stuff that is bothering y'all. This is a weight-based problem, okay? So for a weight-based problem, you're going to be using the patient's weight to figure out the specific dosing, right? So for that, you're going to think PPP. Those are your puzzle pieces, right? Puzzle pieces P. So it's kind of hard to remember. That's how I remember things. I relate things to each other, like the cookies and the crumbs with your microgram, milligrams, and grams. And then the PPP for your weight base, okay? That is the patient's weight. That is the prescription. And then that is the product. So the patient's weight is, okay, let's read it. A provider has ordered drug P 2.5 milliequivalents. That's MEQ. It's not MEG. It's not 2.5 meg stallions. Okay. Everything isn't measured in milligrams or units. This is an electrolyte, so it has to be or measured in milliequivalent. Don't freak out when you see different units of measure, because when you do your puzzle piece, if it crosses out and it's not in your goal, then it's not your concern. Okay, just put it on top, put it on the bottom, and walk away in victory. So 2.5 milliequivalents per kilogram per day by mouth, divided in equal doses every 6 hours to a child who weighs 85 pounds. Available is drug P, 40 milliequivalents per 15 ml. How many ml should the nurse administer per dose? So, young nursing students or older ones, I just say young because you're young in your nursing journey. I've been in the game 14 years. Does that make me an auntie in nursing? I don't know. Anywho, what is our goal? What is this asking us to find? What are we looking for here? That's the first step after you read the problem. What is the goal? Y'all let me know what are we looking for? I don't know if I like that though, because I'm only 35. I don't think that's auntie. I think aunties is like older than 40. If that makes sense. Okay, so we are looking for maybe big sis. I take that because I am the big sister. Okay. All right. So listen, we want to answer everything of what it's asking us to solve for. If it's milliliter per dose, we want milliliter on the top and dose on the bottom. Okay. Don't just put milliliter, because they could ask milliliter per day, milliliter per minute, milliliter per hour. They could ask anything per anything. So you give it exactly what it is asking you to solve for. Okay. That is our picture on the puzzle box. Okay. Exactly. So the P's now, right? So we know the first P was what? The patient's weight, 85 pounds. I'm going to write my puzzle pieces to the side because it makes it easier than going back and forth in the problem and trying to figure out, because you're already stressed. You got a time limit. Then you're unsure and everything going on at home and all this stuff. And you're trying to take a dosage calculation. You got to pass with a 90, 95, or 100. They ain't taught you nothing. And then you can flunk out and you paid all this money. So, yeah. So I put my stuff to the side so we know what we can work with. Okay. So 85 pounds, that's the first P. So the second P is the prescription. So the order, right? So look at this. It's 2.5 milliequivalents per kilogram per day. So this means that for every kilogram of body weight, we're going to give 2.5 milliequivalents. And that is the total for the day. Okay? That is the whole entire day. That's how much they want you to give. But if you keep reading, it says you can't give that all at one time. You've got to divide it into equal doses every 6 hours. Okay? So I'm going to write this part because it's a puzzle piece. But then I want you to listen to me and listen to me good. What is our goal? Our goal is asking us for milliliter per dose, right? It's not asking us to find milliliters per day. So we need a puzzle piece that has dose in it. So how do we find the dosage? This part right here, because it says you give it in divided doses every 6 hours. Okay, so in one day, which is 24 hours, you are to give one dose every 6 hours. So 24 divided by 6 is how many doses? Okay, so that's another puzzle piece. One day has 4 doses. Okay. Now, our last P is going to be your concentration of your medicine, your product, right? So we got 40 stallions per 15 ml. All right. No, I'm just kidding. It's milli equivalent. All right. What do we start with? We start with what we're looking for. So you see that at the top, it's asking us to find milliliter. I always start with what it is that I'm looking for, no matter what. If you start with what you're looking for, you don't have to go and find it. Everything else has to go on the top and the bottom, and it crosses out. That's how I'm going to set up all of my problems, doing it the same way for all of these different types of problems that we're doing. Milliliter per hour, drops per minute, safe dose range, weight based, all of it. The conversions that we just did with the intake and the output, doing it the same way. And that's why I like dimensional analysis. So give it a chance. Okay. All right. Boom. So this puzzle piece has milliliter in it. So the milliliters are at the bottom. But didn't I say that what we start with, what we're looking for, we start with, and it's got to be in that position that the goal is. So that means that my milliliters have to be on the top. So guess what? When you're doing a puzzle in real life and you dump out the box, the pieces don't just fall into place. They're everywhere. But you pick it up and you're trying to piece it together. So that puzzle piece is still that puzzle piece. It's just simply repositioned to how you need it to fit. This is the same concept, okay? So when I flip this, don't go wild. We want milliliters first and we want it on the top. So I'm going to flip it and put my milliliters on the top, okay? So 15 milliliters is 40 milli equivalents. Okay. So now I've got my milli equivalents on the bottom. I need milli equivalents on the top because it's not part of the goal. If it's not part of the goal, it cannot stay. You cross them out and you cancel them out. All right. So what puzzle piece has milli equivalents in it? This one does. So I'll do 2.5 milli equivalents per kg per day. And you keep puzzle pieces together. You don't split them and cut them. In real life, you don't cut a puzzle piece because it doesn't fit and put one piece right here and one piece right there. A puzzle piece is a puzzle piece. If it's all together, it stays all together. They're in a three-way. Come on, Apple Pencil. Don't do this to me now. Don't do this to me now. Okay, let me get my let me get my plug. All right, so in between talking, I can just give it some juice. All right, so then this crosses out, right? So now I've got kg and day at the bottom. That neither one of those are part of the goal. So they got to go, right? So I'll start with kg because I just go from left to right, right? So this piece is our weight, but it's not in pound. I mean, it's not in kg. So a lot of people like to start with just converting their pounds to kgs by dividing by 2.2. I don't touch anything because the more steps that you take, the more mistakes you're likely to make. What if you cut off too many decimals? What if you round up? What if you don't add enough numbers? That's room for error, okay? The math is going to math, and I'm going to save my rounding to the very end, okay? So I'm not going to do anything extra. So I'll do 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Now, if you want to do that, that's on you. But this is how I suggest. And I guess you're here because you want to hear what I say, all right? So then the pounds cross out, okay? We put our 85 pounds. You see they're gone. And so what's left is day. What I need on the bottom is dose. So then this last puzzle piece is 1 day, has 4 doses. Day crosses out, and now you have a milliliter per dose. Why are you laughing at me, 11? And now we're able to multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and then divide the top by the bottom. NCLEX prep or teas. I don't know if this is on the teas. A lot of the times we don't see a lot of math on NCLEX. Hey Peter, how you doing? Peter. All right, but if you need NCLEX prep, Nurse Kevin, the boot nurse, and then if you need T's Prep, Jakara Lewis, JAKARALEWIS. And she's on here and TikTok. Both of them are on here. This is TikTok. On here and YouTube. Okay? All right. So, all right. What I do, I don't write any of this down, because what you probably normally would do is multiply across the top, get a big number, right? Multiply across the top, by the bottom, and get another big number. You write it down, right? And then you divide the top by the bottom. I do what's called the calculator trick, and I recently uploaded how you do it. So if you want to, you're like, what's the calculator trick, and you forget, it's a video on my YouTube, okay? So 15, I'm going to multiply all of my numbers across the top. Then when I get to the end of that line at the top, I'm going to hit divide. And then I'm going to enter all of my numbers across the bottom, and I'm going to hit divide in between those. So multiply across the top, divide across the bottom. Okay. So I'll do 15 times 2.5 times 85 divided by 40 divided by 2.2 divided by 4. And I got 9.05. Is that what y'all got? You're welcome, Bella. Okay, so this is what I got. Now you have to do one of two things once you get that answer. Okay, you've got to round how they tell you to round, because a lot of people get the points taken off because they don't round, or they don't know how to round, or for whatever reason it just doesn't happen. So you got to round how they tell you to round, and then you have to label your answer. So it's going to be milliliter per dose, right? So if we rounded this to the tenths place, so this is the tenths place, and the next place to it is the hundreds. You start at the place that you're supposed to round, and you go to its neighbor on the right. If that number is 5 or more, you raise the score. So you'll go up to the next digit. If it is 4 or below, it's a no-go. And so that number stays the same. And then all the numbers that are behind it fall off. Okay. So since this is a 5 right here, we're going to round this to 9.1 milliliters per dose. Questions? Question. What y'all think? What you think? What you feel? Does this answer your questions about day and dose and how to use your goal? Because the goal is going to help you to pick out your information. It's going to help you to set up your problem, and it's going to help you with your puzzle pieces too. I heard you said you did intake and output. Do you have more problems on somewhere, Vina? More. I need some double taps. I got 91 people on here and 1.7K likes. Y'all want more? Y'all gonna have to show me you want some more. I'm just saying. No, you're gonna be okay, user 689. I will pray for you. I pray at the end of all of my live sessions. I pray for all the nursing students and people who I come in contact with. And I hope that you pray for me too, because I need it. You explained all of this so smoothly, and I understood without hesitation. Hey. Okay. At the end, I would have put 1 day is 24 hours and 6 hours per dose. So thanks for showing a quicker way. And you're welcome. You know what? And so that's when I see 24 hours in a problem, I don't ever put the 24, because if you don't have the hours to cancel it out, you'll end up dividing or multiplying, depending on where it is on the problem, by 24. And it's going to mess it up. So every time I see 24 hours, I'm like, okay, day. Right? Hey, turn up. So how y'all, do you like dimensional analysis? I mean, I didn't like it in school. I absolutely despised it. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where to start. It just looked kind of weird for me, and I didn't like it. I was a math person, so I liked doing like ratio and proportion and just picking it out. Yeah, you can see your mistake. So Princess Cunningham, and that's another thing that I like about it. If you set it up and you have your puzzle pieces in line with your picture on your puzzle box, you get what you're looking for. And if it's not there, you're like, okay, what am I missing? I wasn't feeling it at first. That's okay. That's okay. I'm telling you, I like transparency. I like to tell it all, right? All right, so here's another okay, so here's another example of a weight-based problem, okay? A provider orders drug B, 80 milligrams per kilogram per dose, to be given every 6 hours for 7 days for a patient that weighs 42 pounds and 8 ounces. Drug B is available in a concentration of 100 milligrams per 5 milliliters. How many milliliters per dose will be administered? And we're going to round to the nearest tenth, okay? So, what is our goal? Because that's the first thing that we do after we read any question. What is this question asking me to find? Y'all put it in the chat for me. I always read the end of the question first to see. You skip all the way to the end. Because they be fluffed up. And I've been working on fluffing up my questions. Yeah. All right. So what are we looking for? Milliliter per dose. Okay. Exactly. Give it everything that it's asking for, not just milliliters, because sometimes they can ask you per day, per hour, per minute, whatever. Milliliter per dose. So we need milliliter at the top and dose at the bottom, okay? Nothing more, nothing less. Milliliter per dose. Okay. So, PPP, right? Patient's weight, the prescription, and the product. So our patient's weight, we got a problem. We got a 42 pound and 8 ounce person, right? So we know that there is a direct conversion from pounds to kilograms, but there's not a direct conversion from pounds and ounces to kilograms, right? So this is an exception. I will do something to the weight before. I ain't going to convert it all the way. I'm just going to change it all to pounds. So do y'all know how many ounces are in a pound? There are 16 ounces in a pound. Exactly. Jazzy! Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for pounds, right? So I'll do 1 pound is 16 ounces. And then, 8 ounces over 1. So the ounces cross out. So that's 8 over 16, which is 0.5. And then I'll add that to the 42. So our new weight is going to be 42.5 pounds. Y'all see how I did that? Yeah. All right. So our patient's weight is, eraser, 42 pounds, 0.5 pounds. All right. The prescription, 80 milligrams per kg per dose. So that is the amount for 1 dose. Isn't what we're looking for milliliter per dose? So that means we already have dose in our puzzle piece, okay? So we don't need to use this. Definitely not this. That's called the duration. Okay, so that just tells you how long they want the therapy to last. That's part of a complete order, right? So we don't care about this. That's fluff. And then this right here is called frequency. Frequency is how often you give a dose in a day, okay? So is this asking for milliliters per day? No, it is not. And then our order already says that this is the amount for 1 dose. Okay? So we don't need this. So a frequency it has every in front of it. Every 6 hours, every 8 hours, every 12 hours. Or that's your BID, your TID, your QIDs, okay? Yes, that's just extra stuff. Not necessarily to confuse you because it's going to be important in real life situations. That's part of a complete order because they have to tell you the drug name, the strength of one dose, or the day, just depending on what it's given, the route, how you're going to give it to the patient, how often you give the drug, and then that duration is like for 7 days. Okay. All right. So what we look for now? The last P. 100 milligrams per 5 ml. Okay. All right. So boom. What are we gonna start with? What are we looking for? What are we looking for? Milliliters, right? So this puzzle piece right here is gonna go first, and I'm gonna flip it. 5 ml over 100 mg's. Okay. Milligrams is at the bottom. I need my milligrams at the top. So we'll do 80 milligrams per kilogram per dose. So that was this one. So you see my milligrams crossed out. And now I got kg in dose at the bottom. All right. So we got milliliters at the top. We got dose at the bottom. But this right here is not part of it. So it's got to go. So I'll use my conversion. 1 kilogram equals 2.2 pounds. If you don't know any other conversions, you're definitely going to need that. 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. You see, we used that the 1 pound is 16 ounces. Then your gram is 1,000 milligrams, your milligram is 1,000 micrograms, and then your 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. All separated by factors of 1,000. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Do you see the trend? Okay. So now our kg is crossed out, and we're left with our 42.5 pounds over 1 because it's by itself. It's not in a relation. So when you see something in a problem, don't put pounds per day. Does 42.5 pounds equal a day? No. If it's by itself, leave it single, okay? All right. So now we got milliliter on the top and dose on the bottom. Now we can pull out our calculators. Hey. Is it making sense for those who were kind of shaky on it? Y'all let me know. Let me know, let me know. All right, 5 times 80 times 42.5 divided by 100 divided by 2.2. I got 77.27. Is that what you all got before rounding? Yes. Okay. So 77.27. All right. So remember, we have to check to see if it asks us to round. You must round if they want you to round, and you must label so you can get all of your points. I would hate for you to tell me that you had to retake this because you didn't round and you didn't label, because it has happened. Okay. All right, so we're rounding it to the nearest tenth. So this is where we start. We start at the place that it tells us to round to. Then you go to its neighbor to the right. If it's 5 or more, you raise the score. So it is a 7. So we are going to do 77.3 milliliters per dose. What y'all been saying? Let me go back up because I think I missed some of the comments. And while I'm looking, I put my Apple charger on the Apple Pencil on the charger. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Who is Liam Payne? Oh, Lord bless his soul. The biggest issue is knowing the fluff. Yes. But the goal can help you weed out the fluff. What it is that you're looking for. If it ain't asking for it, you're probably not going to use it. Okay? The math in nursing, Lord have mercy. Gabriella, it's going to be okay. I promise. It's not math, it's puzzles. Let's see. You had just had this quiz, Kat. How did you do? Can you do formula method instead of dimensional analysis? Yeah, I can show you how to do the formula method for this one. Abuelo que esta. Can you do flow rate? Yeah, I can do flow rate too. How did you get 0.5 pounds? Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna go back after. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Let me see what else y'all been asking me. The 6 hours kind of stumped me. When do you use the frequency? Only if it doesn't have dose in the problem earlier. Yep, that's exactly it. If it's not asking for milliliter per day and you already got per dose, that's all you need. So it's fluff. Per hour. Okay, yeah, that's flow rate. That's flow rate. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to get the 0.5 pounds, and the P's are PPP, patient's weight, prescription, and product. Whoa, buddy. Are you gonna post this on YouTube? Yeah, we're on YouTube now. And once we get done studying, it will be available. All right. What else am I looking for? Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, so boom. What are we doing? The weight. So, because you cannot go directly from pounds and ounces to kgs, I just converted it all to pounds. So we had 8 ounces, right? So 1 pound equals 16 ounces. So if our goal is to find pounds, we start with what we're looking for, right? So 1 pound is 16 ounces. And then we have 8 ounces right there, right? So ounces cross out, you're left with pounds. That's going to be 8 on the top and 16 on the bottom. 8 divided by 16 is 0.5. So then that's pounds. So you add like terms together. So you got 42 pounds plus 0.5. So you get 42.5. Did that make sense? And then I think I answered that. Okay, and this the frequency part. Let's see if we can get some straightening, okay? My little pink highlighter here. All right, so this is the order, okay? It says 80 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, and that is per dose, okay? So it can say per minute, per hour, per dose, per day, per whatever. That is for what it is for. This is for one dose, okay? So this right here is the frequency. You can identify the frequency because it'll have every blank hours, or it'll say BID, QID, TID, AC, something like that. Divided doses in in 4 equal divided doses, in 6 equal divided doses, right? So if we are looking for milliliter per dose, don't we already have how much a dose should be? So you don't need this part because this is telling you how many times in one day you would give a dose. If this was asking for milliliter per day, then you would use the frequency. Okay? But it has dose right here. So you're all set. You don't need the frequency. Make sense? Got it. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do some IV stuff. Yeah. So yeah. Don't forget, I got a whole IV course. Self-guided, and I think it's affordable for nursing students. I try to make it more affordable for nursing students, but you get 30 days to access it. You get quizzes, you get the video breakdowns with video practice problems, you get the step-by-step, like what it is asking you for, this is how you do it. You also get the resource sheets that tell you this is what it's asking for and this is how you do it, and practice questions, not to mention quizzes at the end of each section. Oh, shucks. I was supposed to do the formula. My bad. I'm sorry. So, yeah, go check it out. All right. You have a question. Go ahead. Dígame. All right. So I was supposed to be showing the formula part. I'm so sorry. I didn't even know you were still here. Okay. Yes, I do tutor. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. 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 Thank you. All right. So for the formula method, you will have to convert the pounds before you do anything else, right? Okay. So our weight is 42.5 pounds. I don't showed you how to do that before. So I'm not going to do all that step again because it gets a little bit redundant. So 42.5 divided by 2.2, right? That is 19.318. So you see, this is why I don't like doing it like this. Because wouldn't this make this round up? But then if you don't include it, it might change the number. This is exactly why. But I'm going to do it. All right. So listen. Now you have to multiply the weight by the order. So this says 80 milligrams per kilogram per dose. Okay. So 80 milligrams times 19.318. I'm going to include the 1.8 because it might make a difference. Because if I just did it 19.31, that 8 might multiply with something that bumps it up, that bumps it up, that bumps it up. I don't know. So boom. 80 times 19.318, right? So that's 1,545.44. And that's milligrams per dose. So now this is your desired, okay? So your half is this, right? So you do 1,545.44 milligrams. You have 100 milligrams, and your vehicle or volume is going to be 5 mLs, right? So now you do that times 5 divided by 100. So 77.27. And then, of course, you would round. So that's how you do the formula. If the question is asking for each dose, does that mean to divide? That's a vague generalization because it depends on how you are setting it up, okay? And what it is giving you. It's not a one all fit all answer. If they have it as milligrams per kilogram per day and it's asking you how much you would give in a dose, then you will have to divide. But it doesn't fit like every single time. Oh, I know because it says per dose that you have to divide. Because in this case, it gave you per dose. So you didn't have to divide by anything. It was the dose. Yeah. Okay. You're welcome. All right. What are we looking for? Milliliter stuff? Ew. What's this? Ooh. Can we do this one first? And then I'll find some drop rates and some flow rates, and then I'm going to bed because I'm tired. And it's going to be Thursday. And this week just never, ever, ever, ever ends. It just seems like, oh my gosh, day after day after day. Y'all tired? I'm tired. But keep going. You can do it, okay? We can do this. We got this. We got this. All right. Dopamine is infusing at 13.5 mLs per hour. The patient's weight is 75 kilograms. The dopamine concentration is 1 gram in 250 mLs of D5W. At what rate in micrograms per kilogram per minute is the dopamine infusing? What is our goal? What are we looking for? And we're going to do this the same exact way that we've been doing it, okay? What is this asking us to find? Princess, if you're still on here, it's on my website, abrntutoring.com. So that's the website. That's where you can find everything that I have to offer. I'm gonna do the site, abrntutoring.com. So that's the website. That's where you can find everything that I have to offer. Just like, and some people might look at this problem like, oh shoot, did it, then said it, then did it, right? Use your puzzle pieces. Put your puzzle pieces in place according to your goal, okay? So what we'll do is, we've got 13.5 mLs. All right, that's a puzzle piece. It stays together. We've got the patient's body weight, which is 75 kgs. All right, it's just by itself. And then we've got 1 gram and 250 ml. Okay, so what are we going to start with? Has anyone taken an ATI exam for fundamentals? Anybody? All right, what are we starting with? We starting with micrograms, right? Do we have micrograms? Not a microgram in sight, but we still gonna start with it. Well, how you do that, Nursey? Well, I'm gonna tell you, okay? All right. The 3 P's: patient's weight, the prescription, and your product. PPP. All right, so look. Exactly. So look, we'll do 1,000 micrograms is 1 milligram. Then I know that 1,000 milligrams is 1 gram, because you see we have a puzzle piece and it has the gram in it. So we got to get to the grams. You can't directly just go from there to there, right? So you see everything crosses out. That is the name of the game. As long as you got what's on the top and on the bottom, that's the same unit. That's how you go from step by step by step. If you see something that's on the bottom and it's not part of your goal, you know it's got to cross out. Automatically throw it up there and look for the puzzle piece. If it's not there, use the conversion. Okay. So 1 gram is 250 ml. Okay. That crosses out. Now I got milliliters at the bottom. So I use this puzzle piece. 13.5 ml per hour. Milliliter crosses out. Now I got hour at the bottom. Okay. We need minute at the bottom. So I have a conversion for that. 1 hour is 60 minutes, right? Hour crosses out. Because you see, we needed micrograms at the top. We started with what we're looking for, so we didn't have to go and find it, right? Then we came up to hour, but we needed it to change to minutes. So that's when we did that conversion, okay? And now we got kgs left to put at the bottom. I've got a puzzle piece with kgs. So where am I going to put it? I'm going to put it at the bottom, because that's where the goal told me to do it, okay? That's how the goal teaches you or guides you on how to set these problems up, okay? I hope y'all are seeing the correlation in the steps, because dimensional analysis is really not that complicated if you do it just like this. Puzzle pieces, goals, crossing out, lining up stuff. That's it. No math until the end. So I'm going to put my 75 kgs at the bottom. Boom. And now I've got milligram on the top, kgs, and minutes at the bottom. So, microgram. I misspoke. I'm sorry. Microgram. All right. So now this is when the calculator trick comes in real big handy, because you're going to multiply all of those zeros. You know, you're going to get a really big number. So what if you write that down and you forget to put a zero in? And we know that a zero can make a really big difference when you're doing the calculations. It can make you a really big small number, or a really big small number. Lord, it's time to go to bed. A really big number or a really small number, right? You're like, I messed up somewhere. So we'll do 1,000 times 1,000 times 13.5. And the ones I don't include because they don't make a difference. That's just an extra step. And you know how I feel about extra steps. Divide. You see that big old number? Yeah. What if you missed one of these zeros? Because what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So divide. 250 divide 60. You see it's getting smaller. It's getting smaller. Divide 75. So I got 12 micrograms per kilogram per minute. And let me make sure I'm following. Yes, follow. Thank you, thank you. How do you know to use all of the numbers that were given? Okay, Brittany, let's look at what's going on in the problem. I'm a huge believer in kind of knowing what the problem is, like what's going on, because it kind of helps you think, you know what I'm saying, and guide you through it. So you got an IV infusion of dopamine. It's in the ICU because this is one of your critical drips, okay? So it's already on the IV pump. It's going at 13.5 milliliters per hour. That is your rate. So we need that. The patient's weight is 75 kilograms. You need that because it's asking you how many milligrams per kilogram per minute. So you're going to need that. So then it also tells us that the concentration of the medicine is 1 gram in 250 mLs, right? So you need that. That's the medicine. So you need to know the concentration of the medicine. We got to have the patient's body weight, and we got to know how fast it's going to understand how many micrograms per kilogram per minute this patient is receiving. Does that make sense? Hey, Chef Ash is back. Me too. I was late tonight. I'm tired, man. I don't even, okay, so I've got this sweatshirt that I made and I like it, all right? So I'm not even in Reliatran garb. I'm out of uniform. I guess I got to give myself a demerit, but I wasn't supposed to be. If I told y'all about my day, you'd be like, oh my God. But anywho, so yeah, I just got home a little bit after 8, so I was late. I'm sorry. You're welcome. So divided, all the numbers include the minimum numbers. Hold on, let me see. So divide all numbers including the minimum numbers. What you mean by the min numbers? I want to know what you mean. The minute? Is that what you're asking? So how I did it was the minute. Yeah. All of your numbers, all the ones on the top, multiply. So what you would do if you were doing it on paper, you would multiply all your numbers across the top, write it down. You saw it was like millions, right? Then you multiply all the numbers across the bottom and you would write it down. Then you would divide the top by the bottom and you would get 12. With the calculator trick, you multiply across the top, hit divide. Divide across the bottom. Equals. And you get the number. Yes, this is dimensional analysis, Kyle. It sure is. You're welcome. Now, you could do this one the formula way. Or the mathy math way. But y'all would freak out. I think people already left alive. I seen it go from like 90 something to 60 when it came up. And it was like, oh heck no. But I'm telling you, this is like the easy peasy lemon squeezy way. It might seem long, but if I showed you how to do it the other way, you'd be like, I'm good. I just want to say thank you. Oh my gosh. Hey, congratulations. 100. Big 100. Love it. I missed y'all. I did. I had to take a while to develop some things and just take a minute. You know, I found out how to put quizzes on my website, so I will be adding those quizzes. I wanted to be a resource hub for all things dosage calc. You know, I have my practice questions that I break down on the website. The replays are available on YouTube as well. So yeah, and then of course, I was introducing my courses. This is the first of many courses. I want to put the puzzle piece course on there to show you exactly how to do dimensional. So this has your videos. It has your how, whens, and whys. It tells you how to set it up with dimensional. It gives you video breakdown of different types of questions, about 4 questions each, just different types that look the same but aren't. And you get a quiz afterwards, and you get the step-by-step like sheets that you can print off afterwards, and practice questions. So yeah, check it out. Okay. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Here's your drops per minute. My website is, wait a minute, and just without the resources. That's going to take you to the resource tab where you can find your study sheets, your conversion sheets. Because the way that I put conversions, I group them together, because when you go to school, they kind of just list all of them, don't they? But if you put stuff together and you can make it relate, it's easier to remember. So those are on there. Practice questions are on there. The step-by-step dimensional analysis guide is on there, and it's for free. For free. All right. Okay. My YouTube name is my same name on here, A Blessed RN. Do I go live every night? No. I have to get 100 on your dosage test tomorrow. Okay, cool. Hold on. Y'all been typing too fast. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. I'm talking pharmaceuticals, and okay, Meg, just stay here. Just stay here for a little bit. For a minute. Can we talk for a minute? Okay. I go live on Sunday nights and Wednesday nights. Sunday I'm gonna come on a little bit earlier in the daytime because it's gonna be a little different. I got something to show you. I got something to show you. Okay, so yeah, yes, grouping helps exactly. I did the question differently, but you still helped me understand it my way. Okay, however it works for you, you do you. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you do it the same way every single time that you're doing these questions. Choose a method that works and do the same way. That's how you get better. That's how you get more efficient. That's how you get more confident. Because a lot of people say that your tests are timed and you're like, I just don't know. If you practice, because you have to practice. You've got to. It's a skill, just like your other nursing skills, right? You got to practice this. And the more that you practice and you do it the same way every single time, it comes more familiar. You're like, okay, I'm looking for this, and this, okay? So even if you don't like dimensional, that's fine. You could love desire. You could like math formulas. I like to do it the math way when I was in school. I didn't like this way, but I found this way is really easy for people who don't quite have a strong grip on math. And it just, I don't know. I just like it. I like it now. I didn't understand it because nobody broke it down to me, how I'm breaking it down to you with the puzzle pieces and how to set it up and why this goes on the top and why this goes on the bottom and what numbers go where. It didn't make sense to me. But yeah, now that I got it, I got it. And once the light bulb comes on, it shines bright. Do I offer Zoom tutoring? Yes, Kyle. We can definitely study together via Zoom. All right. Okay. So drug G, I've got two screens. I'm like, all right, drug G, 850 milligrams in 100 milliliters of normal saline is to be administered over 30 minutes. Your drop factor is 10 drops per milliliter. How many drops per minute will you set the flow rate to? Okay. Tamika, hey, I see you on YouTube. Yeah, I took a break. I'm back. Barely, but I'm back. All right. So what is our goal? What is our goal? And I'm glad to see you too. What are we looking for? That's the first thing that we do once we read the question. Okay. So remember I told you we're doing stuff the same way every single time. That's how you get familiar. That's how you get better. All right. So goal. Drops on the top and minutes on the bottom. All right. So listen. With an IV problem, you are looking for volume over time. How much volume is going into your patient's vein? The time is how long you infuse that, okay? Don't get that confused with the frequency, which is how often you would give that amount or that medicine, okay? Remember, frequency has every in front of it, or your BID, your TID, or your QID. That's not what you want to look for. You want to look for where it says to infuse to be administered over, to be given over or in. Okay. So what is our volume? Our volume is 100 mLs. All right, so Nurse C, what are we doing about this 850 milligrams? Not a god doggone thing. Because is it asking us for any milligrams? Is it asking us for grams? Is it asking us for micrograms anywhere? We are looking for volume over time. That 850 milligrams is floating around in your volume. So we are giving all those 850 milligrams that is in that normal saline. So in those cases, it is, say it with me now, fluff. Dun, 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 fluff. All right. So 100 mLs is to go over 30 minutes. And it literally tells you to put it over 30 minutes. Okay. So our drop factor is 10 drops per milliliter. Your drop factor is always going to be drops per milliliter because that's how many drops it takes in that drip chamber. How many drops that fall down, okay, to administer a milliliter of solution or medicine, okay? So we've got our puzzle pieces, right? What do we start with if we're looking for drops on the top? You better not say milliliter either. Normal drops is 20. So you have different size tubings, okay? There's not a normal or an abnormal, okay? You have macro tubing and you have micro. There's only one micro tubing set, and that is always going to be 60 drops per milliliter because it takes 60 little small micro tiny drops to give 1 milliliter versus a macro drip set, which is 10, 15 or 20 or however much they tell you that it's calibrated to. Big fat juicy drops, okay? Little small tiny drops, micro. Big fat juicy drops, macro. There's only one micro. Okay? We are still with you. Hey, Peter. Thank you. Thank you so much. Why is milligram not considered volume? That's mass. That's your mass. Your gram is your mass unit of measure. Your liter is your volume, and your meter is your distance, right? Length. All right. So we're going to start with what we're looking for. 10 drops per milliliter. All right. So now I got milliliter at the bottom. I need milliliter at the top. Oh, we learning tonight. Yes, we learn every night. Mimi Panini. What's up, Sugar Wooga? All right. So then we got 100 ml over 30 minutes. You keep what's together. Okay. So you see, you cross out, and every step that you take, go ahead and cross your unit out. That's how you know what's the next one going to be. Okay. Some people like to wait to the end. Okay, I cross this out. Do I got everything? I go crossing out as I go. Okay. Yeah. All right. So now we got drops on the top and minutes on the bottom. That's it. Hee hee. All right. Hee hee. 10 times 100 divided by 30. It's going to be 33.33333 repeating, right? Okie dokie. So have you ever gone into the kitchen and saw a third of a drip? No, you have not. You can't divide a drip. So we will round these to the nearest whole number. So if we rounded this to the nearest whole number, our answer would be 33 drops per minute. Any questions about this one or drop rate? You welcome. I missed these. I got to get up at 4 for clinical. Jesus, have mercy on us. These early mornings are killing me, man. I miss you too, Mimi. Mimi Panini. Is drops the only thing you round up? Brittany, you round whatever they tell you to round. Whoever has the power to pass or fail you, you do what they tell you to do. ATI, Hesse, your professor, my professor, everybody's professor, whatever the person who's giving that test tells you, you give them what they want. Future nursing student here, and I enjoy it. Oh, Shay, go ahead. Come on now, future nursing student. Make sure you follow if you are in pre-nursing. And you're here tonight. There are a couple of gyms in my treasure box. A couple of good resources. First one is Night Nurse 305 TV. She's going to break down everything pre-nursing, nursing, studying, school-wise, how to make money afterwards, how to invest afterwards. She's a blessing. Truly. I wish I had her when I was in school because I didn't know the difference between LP and RN. I just knew it was quicker. So she goes over all of that, okay? And then not the boot nurse, Nurse Kevin. Okay, he's gonna help you with NCLEX and question answering strategies, how to break down the questions, how to use your rationales to I guess develop your critical thinking and how to answer nursing style questions. Him and Nurse Glamber, they work together. Professor TK the chemist, if you're in chemistry, she's gonna break that down for you too. And then Jakara Lewis. Jakara Lewis is the T's Test Math Prep GOAT. Okay, I think she changed her name on here. I think she did. I'm not so sure because, like I said, I've been away for a minute. Um, but yeah, this is an easy one. IV infusion rate. Okay, so this looks like it got a lot of stuff in it. Let's do it. Whoa, wait a minute. Y'all be talking. Thank you for the rose, Mimi. I appreciate it. Y'all, thank you for the likes and the shares. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I don't know why I can't grasp this. The drops per minute. Set your puzzle pieces up. It won't steer you wrong. Go puzzle pieces. Start what you're looking for. Um, let's see. You're welcome, Bia. Oh my gosh. So my 11-year old got my almost 3-year old walking around here talking about some Bia Bia. I'm like, please don't say this in church. I need to prepare. I start in January. Yes. Oh, congratulations. I'm glad you're here too. Where is it? Where is what? I missed it. I'm struggling in dosage so much. I don't know if it's because I'm just starting. It's different. It's math, but it's different math. Okay, so you're figuring out how much medicine to give. So it is a little different. And if they don't break it down and teach it to you like where they don't put the hay where the goat can get it. I'm from Alabama. I am country. Okay, yes, the hay where the goat can get it. Then it doesn't make sense. All right, where y'all from? Y'all let me know. Can you give their information again? Oh. Night Nurse TV, 305, Nurse Larissa. The boot nurse, Nurse Kevin. Nurse Glamber. Professor TK the chemist. And Jakara, Jakara. Jakara Lewis, Lewis. For T's and math. I love nursing. I hope to study nursing here again. Okay, Vanessa, yes. Building critical thinking skills. Okay, because baby, it's a skill. God knew I was stressed about med math, and He brought me to you. Lord, don't, Carolyn Gutierrez, don't make me cry tonight. I swear I'm on the verge of tears. Don't do that. He gives us what we need at the right time, right? Lord have mercy. There's Kevin. Kevin, pin yourself. Talk about yourself in the comments. I spoke your name. And see, that's just the craziest thing. It always happens. And he pops up. There he is. That's the guy. That's the guy y'all need. I'm gonna start. I start doing it, and then I overthink it and mess it up. You can't mess it up if you go by what it is that you're looking for. All your units crossed out. You have your goal. That's why I like this method. Okay, you're not gonna fail again. I've cried so much. Yes, yes, yes. That's okay. God sees your tears. They're sowing the seeds. They're watering the seeds you're sowing. Don't give up. I have my last chance to pass math this Saturday, and I'm so nervous. Okay. All right. Well, if you need me, you know where to find me. My problem is the fluff. I don't know what not to pay attention to. The simple ones, I get jazzy. When you have your goal helps you to weed out the fluff. It helps you to form your puzzle pieces. Things that go together stay together. Even if you have a puzzle piece that doesn't fit into the problem, it won't fit. if you have your goal, what it is that it's asking you. Tennessee, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida. Oh my gosh, bless y'all. I hope y'all okay from this hurricane. This one look intimidating. I know, that's why I put it up here, because it's got a whole bunch of fluff in it. Is there somewhere that you can find this? I'm sorry. TK the chemist. Professor TK the chemist. I got a unit exam math tomorrow. Okay, okay. There's Kevin. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get through all the comments. I be going so fast. And then I'm like trying to look. Okay. Look for what it's asking for. Yep. Med math is the same as dosage calculations. How to do the medication math. Just jumped in. Can you demonstrate the method again? Thank you. LP and RN. Okay, Shaniqua. We'll do a couple more. Then I gotta go to bed. Know that the plans that the Lord has for you is to prosper and not to harm you, okay? For hope and a future too. Don't get me started. Please don't. Look, I'm on the verge of tears. Y'all gonna break me down. Use the goal to cancel out the fluff. Yes, y'all got it. Y'all sound like y'all been here before. Okay. I just passed my med math. We have to pass 100. Oh, shucks. Yay! Okay. Do you have videos? Yes, I do have videos. They're on my YouTube channel. Go check it out. A Blessed RN, same name. Do dimensional analysis, y'all. Exactly. They know what's up. See, they been here. Exactly. Exactly. TPA. Do you have a TPA problem? I don't see a lot of those that pop up, like on ATI and stuff. Like, what are you looking for? What is it asking you to find specifically? Okay. Healthcare provider orders, okay, provides, prescribes a continuous IV of dextrose 5 and 0.45% sodium chloride. Okay. D5 half normal saline. Okay. With potassium in it. Okay. And it's in 1,000 milliliter bag. Okay. And we're putting this whole bag over 8 hours. Okay. All right. How many milliliters per hour will the nurse set on the IV pump? And we're going to round to the nearest whole number. What did I tell y'all an IV consists of IV problem? Volume over time. What is our goal? Volume. What is our goal? Milliliter per hour. That's volume over time. What is the volume? What is the time? Fluff, fluff, definitely fluff. You see how you use the goal to get to what you're looking for. Now we just divide the top by the bottom, because don't we have milliliter on the top and hour on the bottom? Mantra, hey. So 1,000, I think it's 125. 1,000 divided by 8. Yeah, it's 125 milliliters per hour. What y'all think about that? That's it. I swear that's it. I put that on my mama, on my hood. Dosage cow, you gonna be good. Hey, bars. Bars. Yeah. Yeah. It looked so complicated, yet it was so easy. That is why I like this. I'm mad that I made that problem hard. It'll pit it. I almost said it. It'll make you mad. It'll tick you off. It'll get you that. Yeah. You're like, oh my gosh. Goal. Give it what it's asking you for. All the other stuff is important in real life, because you need to know what type of solution you're giving, which is D5 half normal saline. Okay, how much? Over how long? That's it. I've been praying so hard because doubt has flooded my mind, and here I am, the power of prayer. I'm telling you, oh my gosh, don't you start, Carolyn. Don't you do that to me. Don't forget milliliter per hour. They sure will mark it wrong. The last sentence will tell you what you're looking for. Exactly. What is the question asking me to find? Can I do a dimensional problem analysis problem with a fraction? What kind of dimensional analysis problem with a fraction you looking for? Can you do another problem where it may seem harder than it seems? A problem with volume over minute? Yeah. Okay, I give you a little bit more. A little bit more, because I still got to do invoices. I got to get stuff ready for employees. I got to do my rides for tomorrow. And I still got to go wash my tail. I'm tired. I'm tired. But I give you what you want. I give you what you want. Let's see. Ladies is pimps tonight. Hey, I put that on my mama. That's just drop per minute. Let's see. Holy Molikins, Batman. What is this? Ew. Let's do that one. Can you do one with what we need over what we have times the volume? Okay, you like desired over half. Sure. But this one is just using the formula. Won't he do it? Bia. Alright, so listen. The order is drug ARA, 1.75 grams, IV piggyback. That's what IVPB means, okay? To infuse over 90 minutes. Drug ARA is available from the pharmacy as 1.75 grams in 250 mLs of NS, which is normal saline. The patient is receiving a primary infusion of 0.9% sodium chloride at 70 milliliters per hour. Okay. What will the nurse set the IV pump milliliter per hour to administer the dose of drug R? Okay. All right. First things first. What are we looking for? Milliliter per hour. Okay. What's going on here? We got drug R, 1.7. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. I know y'all be trying to concentrate, but double tap too in between thinking. Think double tap, think double tap, think double tap. All right. So look, 1.75 grams is to be given IV piggyback. IV piggyback just simply means that they have a primary infusion that is going, okay? They're already hooked up to normal saline, D5, D10, whatever. Lactated ringers, okay? Hey, Devoy! So then, we're to give a piggyback infusion, which means that you're giving a drug or something else as a piggyback. That means it's going to go as a secondary. It's going to hang higher than your primary line that's already going in. So once that secondary line finishes, your primary is going to start back flowing. That's all that IV piggyback means, okay? So we are to give drug R, okay? And it says that drug R comes from the pharmacy as 1.75 grams. That's the ordered amount, okay? And that comes in 250 milliliters of normal saline. We are to infuse this over 90 minutes, okay? You already have your primary line that's going at 70 milliliters per hour. What will the nurse set the pump so that we are giving drug R? Okay, so it's asking about drug R, right? Does it care anything about the primary line of normal saline that's going in? Fluff. What is our volume? What is our volume? What is our volume? Okay, thank you. What is our time? Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. All right. 90 minutes. All right. Is it asking for grams? Is it asking for milligrams? Is it asking for micrograms? Nope. Tell me it ain't good enough for you, baby. All right. Volume over time. Okay. So we've got milliliter at the top. And we need hour at the bottom. We have minute. Okay. We have to give it what it's asking us for. So we need to put hour at the bottom, right? So I know that 60 minutes equals to 1 hour. Minute crosses out. And now I have milliliter on the top and hour at the bottom. Tell me ain't good enough for you, babe. So I got this number right here. And I'm going to round it. Let's round this to the whole number. What would be our answer? Rows. Oh, shucks. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. 167 milliliters per hour. I couldn't do that one with desired over half. You just have to do like volume over time. Make sense? Yeah, let me know. That was real fluffed up. It was fluffed up. It was really fluffed up, wasn't it? Yeah. Thank you, Peter. What if it had to be 250 mLs over 15 minutes? You do it the exact same way. Put 15 minutes at the bottom times about 60 minutes over an hour. Starting to make sense. Hey, I love this. I'm on my second mod. What's mine? Okay. Can I break down the calculations? I did 250 times 60 equals, that's 15,000 divided by 90. 166. And I did it in the calculator. I don't never write anything down. Do you see me write these long numbers down? No, I keep it in the calculator. So I multiply all my numbers across the top. Hit divide. Put all my numbers in across the bottom. And I hit divide in between those. So multiply across the top. Divide across the bottom. And then equals. And it gives you the answer. And you hit equals one time. That's it. One time. Y'all, when I get tired, I get crazy. I feel like the little randomness just like dancing around is coming out. I know. Second term. Okay. No need to apologize. I just want to make sure I understand stuff because I'm like, I don't know. I already been called auntie. I think I've been promoted or demoted to big sister because, yeah, I'm not 40 yet. I'm 35. I'm not no auntie. All right. Pump can only work in hours. So if it's not the exact hour, it needs to be multiplied by 60 minutes. Yes, Nia. Or Naya. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it wrong. I didn't understand the IV piggyback language. You're welcome. Yeah. High school chemistry is coming in handy. Yeah. Exactly. That's where I first learned about factor label or dimensional analysis, and I did not get it. So yeah, your IV. So okay, y'all want to see my picture? Here you go. So this is your patient in the bed, right? His wrinkly sheets. Okay, that's your patient. And this they arm, right? So you got an IV pole. And it's got your primary line. Okay? You got the other line, your secondary, that's hooked up to it. And it's going to go in. Then once this finished, this is going to start back. That's exactly what IV piggyback is. Okay? So when you see it, don't get confused. Okay? You know things. All right, you guys. It's 10:15 and I'm tired and I still got stuff to do. So, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. don't do that, Jazz. You know, look, this is not my forte. I just help people with the math. See, y'all got jokes and stuff, but that's okay. You got what I'm talking about. We got together. All right. So if you want more IV practice, the course with stuff like this and fluffed up problems and broken down with video explanation and quizzes and practice problems and step-by-step guide at your own pace that you can review until you get it. It's available. More to come. Got quizzes coming. Hey. Practice questions coming. Hey, you picking up what I'm putting down? Yes. I am in Central Time Zone. And of course, if you would like to study independently with me with private, individualized, focused tutoring, then you also can study with me. I am a private tutor, a blessed RN. Okay? You won't probably be able to find a time slot because I don't know what my life is doing right now. You see, I didn't get home until 8 o'clock. I was supposed to be on at 8 o'clock. That's why I was late tonight. But yeah, just send me a message, or you can send me an email, or you can go through the website and send me a message, and we can try to find a time that works out for the both of us, because I do tutor on the weekends too. Okay. All right, I'm going to end the YouTube session.